Welcome back to the Xultimate Fire Hose. I'm Jim, and today we are looking at a very specific kind of day in the life of the world's richest man. It is Sunday, May 10th, 2026. It is Mother's Day, and the richest man on earth posted 10 times. That's it, 10 posts. From the man who has been known to fire off 70 in a single afternoon while ostensibly running 5 companies. 10. But though, my friends, oh, what a 10 it was. We've got philosophy, we've got Thermopylae, we've got Jensen Huang dropping origin lore, we've got the woke mind virus making its weekly cameo. We've got Maye Musk telling the toy car story for what I can only assume is the 400th time, and we have not one, not two, but 2 separate Mother's Day posts, because when you have, let's say, a complicated relationship with the concept of family, you cover your bases. And listen, before we get into it, statistically speaking, 91% of you watching this right now are not subscribed. 91%. So here's my pitch. I'm not asking for 1 million subscribers. I'm not asking for 10,000. I'm asking for 4. 4 of you. If 4 people watching this right now hit subscribe on YouTube and follow DGTL Dreamscapes on X, I will consider this episode a runaway success. 4. That's a carpool. That's a board game night. We can do this together. Now buckle up, because we're going to Sparta. We begin at 9:20 p.m. Eastern, when Elon, presumably after a long day of doing whatever a man with $200 billion does on a Sunday, posts the following, quote, "Happy Mother's Day. Appreciation to mothers everywhere who brought us all into the world and nurtured their beloved children." Unquote. Wholesome, inoffensive, the kind of post your uncle writes in Comic Sans on Facebook, and the people responded. 335,000 likes, 25,000 reposts, 22 million views. 22 million people saw Elon Musk say Happy Mother's Day. This is the most engagement a Hallmark card has ever received in the history of human civilization. Then, less than an hour later, at 10:16 p.m., he posts again, quote, "Happy Mother's Day, Lovey, Lovey." Now, I want you to picture this. This is the man who runs SpaceX, Tesla, xAI, the Boring Company, and Neuralink. He has roughly 14 children, and he signs his Mother's Day post, Lovey, like a teenager leaving a note on the fridge before sneaking out. 119,000 likes, 9.4 million views for Lovey. And then to close out the Mother's Day trilogy, he reposts a video of his actual mother, Maye Musk, telling the story of how she once invested in Zip2 and how the boys gave her a little toy house and a little toy car on her 50th birthday and said, quote, "We're going to give you one day a little toy car, a little toy house." And then her son grew up and bought like an actual continent. I think she came out ahead on that deal. Now, this is where the day takes a turn. At 9:36 a.m., before the Mother's Day posts, before any sentimentality at all, Elon posts 5 words, quote, "Perhaps a restoration of dignity is in order," unquote. I have no idea what this is in response to. None. Zero context. He just woke up, looked at his phone, and decreed that dignity must be restored. And 43 million people saw it. 43,221,000 likes. 14,000 replies, all of which I assume are people going, what? Restoration of what? SIR? This is the power of being Elon Musk. You can post a fortune cookie and 43 million people will treat it like the Federalist Papers. And then at 9:33 p.m., sandwiched right between his 2 Mother's Day posts, he replies to something with a single word, absolutely. That's it, just absolutely. 16 million views, 219,000 likes, for 1 word. Folks, I have written novels. I have crafted paragraphs of exquisite prose. I have polished sentences until they shone, and I would trade all of it for the ability to type absolutely and have 16 million people clap. At 8:49 a.m., Elon kicks off the day by reposting an account called XFreeze that has shared a quote from him. The quote reads, quote, "This is the foundation of my philosophy. I am curious about the nature of the universe, and obviously I will die. But I would like to know that we are on a path to understanding the nature of the universe and the meaning of life and what questions to ask about the answer," unquote. This is what happens when you reach a certain wealth threshold. You stop tweeting and you start quoting yourself. You become your own Goodreads page. 968,000 views, 7,000 likes. The man is reposting his own philosophy back at his followers like a self-licking ice cream cone of profundity. 12 minutes later, he reposts the same account again, this time hitting us with, quote, "Woke mind virus destroys beauty, art, and everything you truly love, and that is worth loving all in the name of fake empathy, unquote. There it is, the woke mind virus, right on schedule. You cannot have an Elon Musk day without at least one cameo from the woke mind virus. It is the recurring villain of his cinematic universe. The Thanos to his Avengers. The Voldemort to his Hogwarts. The thing he blames whenever he feels existentially threatened by a movie he didn't like. 902,000 views. At 1:55 p.m., the man pivots hard from woke mind virus directly to ancient military history. He reposts an account called Ancient History, 2 R's, which begins, quote, everyone knows about the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae. Almost nothing they know is the full story. Start with the number. There weren't 300 Greeks at that pass. There were around 7,000. Spartans, Thespians, Thebians, Phocians, Locrians, Arcadians, Corinthians, citizen soldiers, unquote. 644,000 views, 6,000 likes. And listen, I love a deep-cut history lesson as much as the next guy. But there is something deeply on brand about Elon Musk sharing that actually there were 7,000 Greeks, correction. This is peak Akashli energy. This is the man who, if you said nice weather today, would forward you a NASA spectrogram explaining humidity. But you know what? Respect. I'd rather he be posting about Thermopylae than launching a 16-tweet thread accusing a former employee of treason. Take the wins where you can. At 2 p.m., Elon reposts a clip from the Joe Rogan headquarters account in which Jensen Huang, the leather-jacketed god king of NVIDIA, the man whose chips are now worth more than several G7 economies, says, quote, I was lucky because I had known Elon Musk, and I helped him build the first computer for Model 3, the Model S, and when he wanted to start working on autonomous vehicle, unquote. Jensen Huang, saying he was lucky to know Elon Musk. 711,000 views, 5,000 likes. Folks, the lore is dense here. 2 of the most powerful men in tech, one of whom controls the company powering basically every AI model on Earth, the other of whom wants to send people to Mars, sitting on Joe Rogan saying, we go way back. This is the tech billionaire equivalent of 2 members of the Wu-Tang Clan reminiscing about the demo tape days. And Elon, of course, reposted it, because of course he does. The validation is the product. And finally, the day's deep cut. At 8:48 a.m., Elon reposts an account called Dr. Eli David, who writes, quote, remember how they lost their star when at Elon Musk did this, unquote. Followed by some image we cannot see in the screenshot, but we can imagine. 594,000 views, 15,000 likes, 2,000 reposts. Now, I love this format. Remember when they lost it when he did the thing? No specifics, no context, just pure vibes-based nostalgia. For a controversy that may or may not have happened, it's the posting equivalent of waving a flag and yelling, you remember. And 15,000 people went, yeah, we remember, whatever it was. This is why Elon Musk is the most followed person on this platform. He has reduced political discourse to a game of charades, and we are all losing. So that was Sunday, May 10th, 2026, 10 posts, 1 Mother's Day. 2 cryptic one-liners that pulled 59 million combined views, a philosophical quote of himself, a woke mind virus cameo, a Thermopylae correction, a Jensen Huang origin story, and a remember when so vague it could refer to literally anything that has happened since 2015. That's the magic of Elon. He posts 10 things, they get over 100 million views, he goes to bed, he wakes up, he does it again, he doesn't need to work hard, he just needs to exist near a phone. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow DGTL Dreamscapes on X.com. Remember, I'm only asking for 4 of you, 4 subscribers. I will frame the notification. I will name them in next week's intro. We are building this thing 1 carpool at a time. I'm Jim. This has been the Xultimate Fire Hose. Stay curious, stay weird, and whatever you do, do not let the woke mind virus get you on a Sunday. See you next time.